Hello, hello, hello. Today is a special day. It's the day for Friday night Magic at Home Historic All Access. So, I have access to all of the cards in the entire card catalog of Magic the Gathering Arena for the next 10 hours and 20 minutes. Let's make the most of it. I've got some wild decks to try. Right now I'm trying a beefed up version of Phyrexian Obliterator Fight. So, for those unfamiliar, Phyrexian Obliterator is a 4 black mana 5/5 that anytime something does damage to it, the controller of that source that did the damage has to sacrifice that number of permanents. So you get a Phyrexian Obliterator into play, have it fight one of the opponent's creatures. It's really, really good. It just dunks on mono red, but I don't know if I'm going to go up against mono red at all. I've gotten overrun by elves. Why? Is it my birthday? Okay, so I have an Obliterator. I just basically net decked this. I don't have any fight effects right now. Thankfully, so this is a Plain Swamp Forest, which means the woodland cemeteries are going to come into play untapped. Okay, so let's see. Let's get the Paradise Druid out so that I have the option of ramping. I'm a little afraid that I'm going to get run over before I even had the chance to do anything interesting. Okay, so 5 damage on turn 2. Thankfully, I will be able to get Obliterator out this turn. I'll have to tap my Paradise Druid, which means that they might be able to kill it. But that's okay with me. Obliterator. I don't know if their deck has a good way to deal with this thing, but they might be able to run me over so fast that it might not matter. Now notice that even though they have to sacrifice permanents when they do damage to the Obliterator, but they get to choose which permanents they sacrifice. It's kind of like Nicol Bolas. Nicol Bolas's +1 ability, the 5 mana Nicol Bolas. Oh, this is gonna... Oh no! If a source you control would deal non-combat damage to a creature an opponent controls, put that many -1/-1 counters on that creature instead. So their deck is, with this one card, the Soulscar Mage, that kind of invalidates the whole purpose of my deck. That's not great. Okay, and yeah, at this point I just get run over, so... Let's give this deck one more chance. I don't think it's a good deck for Phyrexian Obliterator Fight because it relies on so much. It assumes that your opponent is going to bring creatures into play and that you're going to get a chance to fight them and that you're going to have an Obliterator in your hand. So it's quite a big ask. But it's so fun when it works. I kept a hand without an Obliterator, but I will be able to get one into play. So let's lead in with the Swamp Forest tapped. That way I'll be able to play the Woodland Cemetery untapped, and the Blooming Marsh untapped also. Let's see. Let's go with Paradise Druid. Yeah. And then I'll be able to use my Fauna Shaman to discard the other Fauna Shaman and get an Obliterator into my hand. Although my opponent's playing blue and black, might be a creatureless deck. That's not going to be great if that's the case. So let's get this out. Let's just get 2 of them out. The backup plan is to just beat up the opponent. And since they're playing blue-black, I get the feeling that I'm the beatdown and that I should try to close the game as fast as I can. Ouch. Assembly worker. Anything that's not an assembly worker gets -3, -3. Ouch. Okay, Inscription of Abundance is a fight effect. But, I mean, if they're playing cards like Crippling Fear, it means that they might not have any creatures in their deck. And if they don't have any creatures, then that means my deck's not going to work, of course. Okay, let's get the Obliterator. And they get to see that I just got one, so they know what my deck does. Unfortunately, since black has so many destroy effects, they can probably just cast a murder type thing on my Obliterator. Or a counterspell. Yeah, I think I'm out. I think I'm going to call it. I made an earlier video where Phyrexian Obliterator fight actually worked. So I guess I'll have to be okay with that. Let's try something else. Bolas Tribal. So this deck has just a ton of Bolas Planeswalkers in it. Just like a ridiculous number of them. 10. 1 in every 6 cards in this deck is Nicol Bolas. I'm playing this deck sight unseen. I used to play with the Ravager a lot. Back when it was standard legal. And I used Dragon God a lot also when it was standard legal, which was a little bit later. Let's see. What do you do? Huh. What does... I don't have any indication of what my opponent's deck does. Let's just go with it. Probably lead in with a swamp and cast Thoughtseize, just to see what they're up to. What are you up to, opponent? You get to discard one of the cards they have. Merfolk. It's a Merfolk tribal. Okay. Committed Speaker's not a threat. Keeper to lead. That's kind of a threat. Skydiver. That proliferates and it flies, so let's get rid of that one. Okay. So they had a lot of land and they don't have a whole lot of like stuff that's gonna make Merfolk super, super good just yet that I can see. There he is, Dragon God. Yes. One of my favorite cards in the game. I just have to be able to cast it. So let's get a Fabled Passage out. And let me think. You know, I was gonna get an island or mountain so that this could come into play untapped. But on the other hand, since I have Dragon God, I'm going to have to get a lot of swamps. I probably should have played Sulphur Falls tapped. So I guess that's the question. I can get 1 mana of any color from the Dragon's Horde, so maybe that's okay. Yeah, let's get probably a mountain. Right, I want a mountain because that'll allow me to cast Sweltering Suns. Let's get Sulphur Falls out. They have 2 on the battlefield right now. I'm gonna... Well, let's see. Should I just cast it now? No. No. I'm gonna get Dragon's Horde in play. So that when I cast... Let's see, whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under your control. So does this count? Nicol Bolas Dragon God? Its type is Legendary Planeswalker Bolas. So I don't know if it counts as a dragon. Let's see, it looks like I was not punished for waiting to cast Sweltering Suns, because they still only have 3/3s and does 3 damage to each creature. Let's just do that now. Wipe the board clean. So let's get the Dragon God out. And I'm just going to destroy this River Sneak. If Bolas ends up getting killed, I can get it back with Dark Intimations. It looks like. And it did not put a counter on Dragon Sword. So it looks like this is mana fixing, or it'll get a counter if I get the Ravager into play, which is a dragon creature. What was that? Mirror? How do you even say that? Okay, so that's a Lord style creature. It gives all merfolk except itself +1/+1. So I think it's probably time to cast another Sweltering Suns. Can I do? I can cast a Dragon Horde and a Sweltering Suns. That's good. Let's clear the board again. And then plus Nicol Bolas. The opponent only has 1 card in hand, so they might get rid of a land. It looks like they might have flooded a little bit. Oh, they're out. But I didn't get to do anything super cool yet. Let's see. I'm going to keep at it, though. I don't have that many. I think I just have 1 copy of the 7 mana God Pharaoh. My goal is to get that into play. Let's see if I can get that into play. I like Sweltering Suns quite a bit. It's a board wipe that you can cycle if you're playing against a creatureless deck. Okay, there's the Ravager. It's a dragon creature. So that'll trigger the Dragon's Horde, and I'll be able to get a free card out of it. Yeah. Yes. This looks good. So, first I play the Blood Crypt. That's a Swamp Mountain. Play it tapped, because I don't need to play anything right now. And then this comes into play untapped if you have a mountain, which I do. This comes into play untapped if I have a Swamp or a mountain, which I have both. The opponent gets to take their pick out of my hand, probably the Ravager. Because the Ravager makes them discard a card. Bone Crusher. Okay. For a second I was like, they lost 2 life. That's what happens when you target the Bone Crusher, but it was the side effect of Thoughtseize. Anyway. So let's get this into play. I'm not interested in casting Chart of Course until I'm able to attack with a creature. I know it's a bit amateurish of me, but I don't like discarding my own cards if I can avoid it. Okay, it's Dragon's Horde. That sets us up for a Ravager. And I'm able to destroy their Skyclave Shade, but it's gonna come back. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, they can cast it again. So, Skyclave Shade, I'm just going to try to let it be, if I can. I'm going to have a 4/4 next turn. And even if the opponent removes my 4/4, they still have to discard a card first, so I do get some card advantage there. Spawn of Mayhem. Whew. Alright. That's very aggressive. Unfortunately, I can't cast a Fatal Push on it, because it's 4 cost, so only if I lose a permanent of some kind. But let's just get the Ravager out. Make the opponent discard. I get a counter on my Dragon's Horde. I think if they try to trade with my Ravager, I'll probably take the trade. Trade 1. Enters the battlefield tapped. You can return it from the graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, they're gonna murder it. And they're gonna hit me for 7. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Let's see. I only have 4 mana. That's not great. Let's draw a card. Bone Crusher. Okay. So let me think. I can... Yeah, I can't get the Bone Crusher into play and Fatal Push. Let's see. Let's Thoughtseize. I'm already pretty low on life, but I just want to see what they have. What an aggressive deck. Yeah, this is really bad. I'll take out the Heartless Act. Huh. I mean, I pretty much have to destroy their Skyblade Shade or else I'm dead on board. Let's see, I'll go to blockers just to see if they do anything. No? Okay. If you're not blocking anything, it's a good idea to wait until the declare blockers phase to play any fast effects. Because you might be able to blow out your opponent by negating any kind of like creature buff that they try to do during combat. Okay, well let's see what the top of the deck was going to look like. There's my land. There's my board wipe. Although the board wipe's not going to work because they have a 4 toughness creature anyway. Goodbye. That was a strong deck. It's a strong deck, but it didn't do anything like fun and crazy, I don't think. It's just basically like really good mono black cards. I'm trying to do fun, crazy stuff over here. Hey, look, it's me. Let's see. There's the 7 mana Bolas, but I don't know if the game's gonna last that long. These historic games tend to be pretty fast. I really need a swamp, so I'm gonna crack open the Fabled Passage and just get a swamp into play after this scry. Okay, since the opponent can't do anything else this turn, I'm just gonna get that swamp. Okay, Steam Vents. And let's Thoughtseize. What you got? Wow. Okay, the Emerald Sun is really bad because I'm playing a Planeswalker deck. So I think I might get rid of that one. Yeah. I think I'm facing an uphill battle here. Let's see. Place up Sulfur Falls untapped, Dragon's Horde. Oh, I see. If I am able to get a chart a course, I can discard my God Pharaoh and then get it back with Dark Intimations. I don't know if I'm going to get that opportunity though. Let's go swamp. This opponent sacrifices a creature, Planeswalker, then discards a card. You turn a creature, Planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand and then draw a card. Okay. When you cast a Bolas Planeswalker spell, exile Dark Intimations from your graveyard. That Planeswalker enters the battlefield with an additional loyal count, loads the counter on it. Well, that doesn't put it on battlefield from hand. So, I don't know. I mean, is this card even good? I'm just gonna sit here and not do anything for a moment. 6. I'll have 6 lands next turn. I need 7 to cast my first permanent that's really gonna do much of anything. And in the meanwhile, they're gonna be... Oh, here we go. They definitely needed something like this. Let me go ahead and draw my card now, so that I can play a land, if I draw one. 5, 6. If I draw a land, it'll be land number 7, or mana number 7, I should say. That's still good. Let me see. And it takes 7 mana to change this from a creature to a Planeswalker. Nahari's Wake. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana of any type that land produced. But not me, just my opponent. And the creatures get +1/+1. Okay. Do I want to block? I can get it back if I block. Yeah, let's preserve my life total. The Ravager already took the discard, which was good. And it was even a creature that would draw my opponent a card. Okay, so let's see. Wow. This card's powerful. Okay, so let's just pay 2 life, and let's get one of these guys out. So I can peel cards from the top of their library and cast 1 for free. I can make them exile 2 cards from their hand. I can deal 7 damage to them or a creature they have. So let's do 7 damage to this Cavalier of Thorns. What a coincidence. It had 7 deathness. The Florahedron's going to be able to do 2 damage to my Planeswalker. That's not going to kill it. Okay, they're putting Thrix on top of their deck, so they're going to draw it. And they're going to get a ton of mana. Maybe I should have exiled 2 cards from their hand instead of killing that Cavalier. I mean, I also have to preserve my life total, though. I could always use one ability with this Bolas. Bring the other Bolas into play and use its ability. Another Mirror's Wake. So they get 4 mana per land now. Wow. Okay. Another 6/7. Another... It's a 7/8 now. Okay. Huh. Let me think. So, I can make him exile the River's Rebuke. That'd be a good play. And then I can use this Bolas to destroy one of their creatures. I can also make them sacrifice a creature, but they're just going to sacrifice the Florahedron, so it's not going to be a good creature that they sacrifice. Then discards a card. So, I guess let's do this. They'll sacrifice something. Well, first let's see what we get. Let's peel from their deck. Sublime Epiphany. Until end of turn, I can cast Sublime Epiphany. That's amazing. Okay, so let's return a non-land permanent to its owner's hand and draw a card. So we're going to return probably the Thrix and draw a card. Another Charter Course. Okay. This means that we can cast this Bolas and exile the Cavalier of Thorns. Or destroy, I should say. Oh, but it can use this ability also. That's a -4. I can make him exile 2 cards from the hand. Yeah. I'm going to make him exile 2 cards from the hand. That does put both of my Planeswalkers at risk, because they can attack them. Let's see what we get with Charter Course. Have I played a land yet? Not sure. I'm going to discard the other chart. I have not. Okay. Okay. That was a lot of decision making. So they can kill one of my Bolas Planeswalkers. Okay, to draw a card. They have as much mana as they need to do anything to draw land. Okay, I lucked out there. Whichever Planeswalker they kill, I've got another one. I'm guessing they'll do 7 damage to one and 3 damage to the other. Or they could do 10 damage to me and just try to close the game. What are they going to do? I think my plan is to make them sacrifice a creature. Well, let me think. But doing 7 damage to the Cavalier of Thorns isn't going to kill it. I may have to bring this Bolas out to destroy it. They've made their choice. Thought Seize isn't really going to help me right now. Okay, so I can draw right now and make them exile something that they have in play. They have a ton of lands though, so that's not very useful. If I get this guy into play, then that gives me an additional option to peel cards from their deck. Yes, because that'll be a +2 ability. And that would keep it from being killed by the tank before I heat it. So, oh, except doing 7 damage to the Cavalier of Thorns isn't going to kill it, though. Shoot. I made a miscalculation here. Okay, well, let's just peel from the deck. River's Rebuke. Nice. Nice. Let's just rebuke him. Oh, that's awesome. And then I can Thought Seize him. Yes. Yes. Okay. I think the Cavalier of Thorns, because Mirari's Wake isn't really that good by itself. They have to draw creatures to make bigger or to bring into play. And this guy's got 7. So let's make him exile 2 cards from the hand. Then they'll be down to 1. Probably going to keep that Mirari's Wake. Okay. This game's shaping up to be a lot more interesting than I thought. I thought they were just going to roll over me. Okay, Mirari's Wake. Play a land. Steam Vents. Tapped. Okay, so I'm going to... they don't have any cards in their hand, so let's peel from the top and see what we get. What you got? Weak Kindred. Okay. Now I've got the choice of either drawing and grinding them away or peeling from the top of their deck. Let's do that. Growth Spiral? Okay. Put a land. Dark Intimations is going to be useful once they have a creature to sacrifice. I'm done. I can just sit here and just slowly wear them away. The end. Bolas, Bolas, and Bolas. I think I got all 3 Bolases into play that game. Amazing. I mean, I should quit while I'm ahead, right? Yeah, let's put the Bolas deck away. That was so much fun. Now we'll play one more. We'll play one more. Okay, we got some Fatal Pushes, we got Ravager, we got Sweltering Suns. This is a much more low to the ground hand. So if I'm playing against an aggressive deck, this is going to be able to keep me alive. Hopefully, until I get my stuff sorted. I'm going to play this tapped. That means I can't cast a Fatal Push on my opponent's turn. And I'm okay with that. Oh, they played a tapped land anyway. Okay, since I don't have a 2-mana play I really want to play right now, I'm just going to get a Fabled Passage out. I'm going to turn it into an island. And if I don't draw a land during my next turn, I'm probably going to just Chart a Course and discard maybe a Fatal Push. Mana value 2 or less. Okay, so let's get that island. I have to do it now so it doesn't tap on my untap phase. Okay. I don't think I want to Fatal Push the Villager right now. The human, I should say. Human token. Because I can just Sweltering Suns it. I drew a land, so I think I'm good to go. Let's wait and see what they do. They're probably going to play an untapped land and play their Lovestruck Beast. Which is too big for Sweltering Suns. And it's too big for Fatal Push unless something I have dies. I can play my Ravager. That's fine. I can play my Ravager. If they attack with their Beast, I can block it with the Ravager, and then destroy it with a Fatal Push. Does a Bone Crusher Giant change my plan? I don't think it does. I think I just want to get a card out of their hand. Oh, but I won't be able to cast Fatal Push if I cast this. So, let me think. What do I want to do here? If I had a bunch of red mana, I could Stomp and Sweltering Suns. I gotta do something to get that Lovestruck Beast. I guess I don't have to do it now, necessarily. I'm gonna play the Ravager. I'm gonna take a beating from the Lovestruck Beast. I guess this could have been prevented if I Fatal Pushed their human token. Then they wouldn't be able to attack me with their 5/5 now, if I'd done that earlier. Unless they had a different 1/1 in hand that could just play this turn. That's a possibility. Hashep Oasis. These Oases are new to me. The Scavenging Ooze. The Scooze. Is it going to eat the other Scavenging Ooze? Scavenger's going to scavenge. Okay, so they attack with a beast only. I have to just take the hit. I don't have another good option. I can't guess Sweltering Suns. I'm going to chart a course. Dragonstorm and Thoughtseize. Let's drop a push. Let's Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is so useful. It's like a must-have when you're playing Historic. Skyclave Apparition will be able to exile my Ravager. That's no good. Dromoka's Command. Has a fight effect. Archon of Emeria. Huh. Interesting. Luminarch Aspirant. Let's get rid of the Skyclave Apparition. That's all more value than I want my opponent to have right now. I'm not going to attack. So here's what I plan. I plan for the Lovestruck Beast to attack by itself. Oh, the Scavenging Ooze can eat their Skyclave Apparition and offer a trade with my Ravager. They might do that. But I plan to block with my Ravager. The Ravager dies, and then I cast Fatal Push on the Lovestruck Beast, probably. I really hope I draw an untapped land next turn so I can get my Dragon God into play. And then I can just destroy something. And then my opponent's going to have something other than my face to attack. This command. Okay, so they put a +1/+1 counter on their Lovestruck Beast. It fights my Ravager. That's a little unfortunate because it means they can attack with everything. So I'm going to take more damage. But it does mean I can Fatal Push their Lovestruck Beast because a permanent I controlled has left the battlefield this turn. So I'm going to wait until the last moment to do that. Scavenging Ooze is getting pretty big. I might want to target it instead. Let's see. Are there any creatures? Right. I'd rather target the Scavenging Ooze. Because if I target the Lovestruck Beast, they're just going to eat the Lovestruck Beast with the Scavenging Ooze. And it'll be a 6/6. Lovestruck Beast is stuck at 6/6. The Scooze is just going to get bigger and bigger. Scooze goes away. I take 7 damage. I'm at 5 life. And I draw an untapped land. Play my Dragon God. And destroy the beast, right? If I don't draw an untapped land, I might be dead. This counts? Okay, what do I want? Black, black, black. I want a red. Okay. So I can Bone Crush the human token. And that'll prevent the Lovestruck Beast from attacking. But they can play the Luminarch Aspirant. So let's do this. Let's play the Dragon God. I destroy the Lovestruck Beast. They play the Luminarch Aspirant. They buff their human token. Human token kills my Dragon God. But then the turn after that, I sweep the board with Sweltering Suns. That's the best I can come up with right now.
I am one again. Defiance has consequence.
I don't have a great feeling about this game. Archon of Emeria. Okay.
Another time, Planeswalker.
I can only cast one spell this turn. So, normally I would play the Dragon Sword and then play Sweltering Suns, but I can't do that right now. So let's just do Sweltering Suns. Theoretically, I could have cast the Dragon Sword after Sweltering Suns, but I didn't have enough for it. Okay, Luminarch, that's a Bone Crusher target. Ground Catacomb, Dragon Sword, Crush the Bones, cast a 4/3, and strictly speaking, I'm not dead yet. Scooze. Scooze has a lot of food to eat. It's going to get huge. Are they going to cast anything else? I think Arcana of Emeria is to prevent those like crazy red-blue decks that cast a bazillion spells a turn. It's supposed to just cram a giant clog in that gear work. Okay. Focus the tokens or spread them around? Focus the tokens. That's not a great draw. Well, just gonna play it. End my turn. I'm definitely gonna have to chump block the Scavenging Ooze and take damage from the Luminarch Aspirant, which is gonna be, what, 3 damage? Yeah. I'm gonna have to take 3 damage. And end my turn at 2. Because they can have both Aspirants buff this Aspirant and have it attack and do 3 damage. Just the Scavenging Ooze. I mean, I have to block it. If I were them, I would have attacked with both. Because I have to block this. They can eat more creatures out of the graveyard and make it bigger. Maybe they were trying to trick me into thinking that I could take the damage. I don't think there's any reason not to just keep buffing the Scooze. Seven. Okay, give me something. Okay, goodbye. Well, time to put that deck away. Let's see what else I had prepared. Okay, I had a Scarab God. That's Bolas. I tried a Dragonstorm deck, but I just could not figure it out. Did not know how to play it. So, let's try a Scarab God deck. I didn't really look at this deck very closely, and I don't think I've ever played a Scarab God before. Let's see what happens. Even Dirtle's Stag. Even Dirtle's Tag. Is it worth paying 4 life to get into their hand this second? No. Torrential Gearhulk. That's a big deal back in Kaladesh days. Oh, they got my Scarab God. Aww. But that's like the whole name of the deck. That's what this deck is about. Cutscenes. Ah, got somebody else playing Bolas. Lots of counter spells. I'll take the Bolas because I don't want to discard anything. I don't really have anything that's going to affect the board for a while. I might be in trouble. Search for content. That's good. They can't counter it right now. I think I'm just going to play the Seagate tapped. by an Escanta. I got 1 in the graveyard. It flips when I have 7 in the graveyard. And I get to surveil every upkeep. Not the same thing as scrying. Brainstorm. This deck has blue in it. It should probably have 4 Brainstorms in it. I think I grabbed it from an old deck list before Brainstorm was in Magic the Gathering Arena, because I think Brainstorm came in with Strixhaven at the beginning of June. Or, is it May? Mid-May? I don't think a swamp's what I want right now. Also, I'm trying to get more cards in my graveyard anyway. Okay. You gonna let me draw my card? You gonna Field to Ruin my Watery Grave? Alright. Yeah, sure. Not being familiar with this deck, I think there's a lot more like stuff that takes multiple blue, so let's get an island. Fetid Pools. I guess I'll just play this tapped and then I'll have counter magic that I'll be able to cast. Torrential Gearhulk, for those unfamiliar, is basically a flash 5/6 that you can play that gets you another cast of an instant, or is it instant or sorcery? Draw 2 cards and it cycles. Do I want to do that? No. The opponent has counter magic. I also kind of want to hold up counter magic for myself. Untap land. And the opponent's just going to keep chipping away with that Valki, God of Lies, which I could have gotten out of their hand if I had cast Thoughtseize on the first turn, but they'd have a 4/4 if I took the Valki. But then I'd have the Scarab God. No, I don't want that one. Fatal Push. Thank you for showing up, Fatal Push. Yeah. I think this is going to start a counter war. The opponent is able to cast 1 counter spell. I am also able to cast 1 counter spell. Do I want to fight over this? I think I do. On the other hand, if I draw 1 more untapped land, Memory Lapse, that's going to get in the way of me progressing with my game. If they have a negate, they'll be able to negate my disallow. Let's see, because I need to draw an untapped land to get a Gearhulk into play. Do they have another Memory Lapse? Suck. The Fatal Pushes failed. So, I get an untapped land, and I'm able to use my Escanta, so I got 2 chances of getting an untapped land. I bring a Gearhulk into play, and then I could just well cast Fatal Push and finally get that Valkyrie. Why didn't they just turn their Valkyrie into a Scarab God? Then they'd be able to. They could have done 5 damage to me. Anyway, no, I need a land. Oh, well, I can just transform my search for his contact. That's my land. And I get another land. Okay, well, let's try to Gearhulk. Do you have even more counter magic? That's the saw it coming. They foretold it, didn't they? It was foretold that this Gearhulk would have been countered. Well, okay, 2 more damage from Valky. Are they going to transform it and do 5? Ouch. Ouch, ouch. Okay. I can't cast Eliminate because it now is a 5-cost card. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's see. What would I even get with my Gear Hulk? Probably draw 2 cards. Anyway, if they counter this, I'm dead. Okay. I can't Fatal Push it anymore, apparently. So yeah, let's draw 2 cards. Play Clear Water on black. Just get a Mind Stone out. What do they do in their upkeep? I lose 1 life and they scry 1 because they have 1. Oh, they don't have any zombies. The Scarab God is not a zombie. Yeah, I'll just cast Mind Stone. Once I'm able to do something with my mana other than casting Gear Hulks, I can actually use my Iskanta to get something. Oh, I see. Use the Exile effect. I forgot about that. Or I should say, maybe I didn't read it in the first place. Create tokens, a copy of it. Oh, they got a 4/4 Torrential Gear Hulk, and they cast Brainstorm off of it. Okay. Wow. Yeah. That's personal. So, how come it looks like this then? Does it take their artwork? Oh, I'm dead. Goodbye. Okay, well, that didn't go well. Let's try one more Scarab God game. And then after that, I grabbed a Winota standard deck that I'm going to try, because I don't have any Winotas. Sure. Turn 2 Thoughtseize. Or I could do a turn 2 Mind Stone, but don't make it. You always cast Thoughtseize as soon as you can in this game. Soul Warden. Okay, so it looks like life gain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to target a payoff for life gain, because Soul Warden isn't really going to do anything by itself except extend the game. The Mind Stone gives you colorless, so that's not going to help me cast Thoughtseize. Is it better to ramp and then Thoughtseize next turn? Because if I ramp now, I'll be able to Thoughtseize and Censor. Let's do that. Is there anything really disastrous my opponent can do on turn 2? Okay, that's not great. All of my spells, except my Gear Hulk, now cost 1 more mana to cast. So I can't Thoughtseize and Censor on the same turn anymore. Fireblade Artist, another Thalia, Fireblade Artist, Luminarch, Barber the Rich. I'm just gonna get run over. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Goodbye. Let's try a Winota. Switch over to aggro, because aggro seems to be hitting me pretty hard. Where did you go? Oh, is Winota banned in this format? It is. Or is it something else? No, it's Winota. Winota's not legal in Historic or Brawl, but it is legal in Standard. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I can do right this second. It's going to be loads of fun. Definitely not playing Artisan. Let's just try Dragonstorm. I don't really know what I'm doing with this deck. Something about like recursive Dragonstorm. I think I'm supposed to have a Terror of the Peaks in play, and then I keep swapping out like Blade Wing dragons. Okay, anyway. It's a good start. Let's just loot right now. I want the Dragonstorm in my graveyard. And the Sculler. I'm not going to hard cast either of those. So. And I guess I'm going to use Cathartic Reunion and Thrilling Discovery to dig for some kind of graveyard interaction. Cling to Dust. Oh man, I'm getting clowned. Is this gonna work? Can I even do this if they're clinging to dust? Let's just see what happens. Okay, let's discard these two. There's the Unburial Rites, which I don't think this deck has any black mana, so I need to put Unburial Rites in my graveyard to flash it back. I can do that with another Thrilling Discovery. Let's get a blue. Thrilling Discovery. Discard the Unburial Rites and the Cathartic Reunion. So, but I don't have any permanents in my graveyard, do I? No, just a land. So, yeah, I don't have any creatures in my graveyard. I did, but they exiled it. It's gonna be red. And I guess we'll just... Thrilling Discovery. What's my opponent up to? Do they have all 5 colors? Black and green, red, blue, and white. Yep, it's a 5-color deck. Daedalus Looting and Cathartic Reunion. Mizzix's Mastery. Okay, but I still need anything. Thoughtseize. Okay, so I can exile a Dragonstorm from my graveyard with this. I can copy it and get another Dragonstorm. So let's do that. So Dragonstorm, I exile it, I copy it. I get a dragon out. So I think I'm supposed to have the Terror of the Peaks first. And then I do another Mizzix next turn with Blade Wing? But if they kill my Terror of the Peaks, does that mean I'm dead? I think that means that the combo doesn't work. Well, anyway, maybe I could just beat him up with a Blade Wing. Let's play this. That land is fine right now. They exiled my Terror of the Peaks. Yeah, this deck isn't really that great. You do a lot of weird shenanigans, but you just end up with dragons on the board that are super vulnerable. I think what I need is the white-red dragon that allows you to cast and it's a sorcery and you attack with it. No. Goodbye, dragon. I don't think there's really anywhere to go with this, so I'm out. 5-color with Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. I want a Teferi deck now. Okay, well, let's see. Let's drop this video and then I'm going to get it to Fairy Deck and play with that one.